Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Constance Lady Chani, and this is the CBD family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new on this channel, subscribe to my channel, like and comment. And I hope you stay for longer. Continue coming back and loving my channel. So today I just decided to do a sit down and just talk about my past, my journey of being pregnant at a very young age. Just want to go back on that one and the challenges that I faced being a teenage mother and now raising a teenager. A lot is going on. A lot is going on, I tell you. So guys, just want to talk about so I fell pregnant when I was 17 years of age. I was doing matric. It was my matric year at that time. And I remember that time I was in high school, right, doing matric, and I was very sick. I remember being very, very sick, and I couldn't study. I couldn't do anything at that time. And it has been happening for like few months. I think I started getting sick from April of 2007. That's when I started getting sick, and my mom was very worried about me because I was in my matric year. I mean, they expect me to pass. So I remember her taking me to the clinic, our local clinic, and we got there. Guys, one thing about a nurse, they will diagnose you. Okay, na fela to their room, they will diagnose because that sister diagnosed me. It's as soon as my mom say, "Oh, she's vomiting, she's pregnant," and I was like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "Are you not sexually active?" I'm like, "No," and I knew that I was, but because my mom is here, I had to say no. Anyway, she just told me to go and urinate inside that bottle of theirs. So she took out the test, and then it came positive. That time, I was shattered. I was, I, I felt like my world is coming to an end, and my mom is right next to me, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to react for that matter. So after she said it's positive, and she asked if we're keeping the child or not, because she wanted to tell us the options that we had, and she did. She mentioned all the other options, but my mom was like, "We're keeping the baby," and we went home. When we got home, she told me, like, she called me to her room, and she started asking me who's the father of the child, and I told her, and then she said I must tell him that I'm pregnant. I called the guy and I told him that I'm pregnant. Yeah, so few months later, we had to write this thing that we call moko. Is those papers they come from somewhere, like those papers, definitely your ID, and everything, your name and surname, your full names. I don't remember what they call, but we were writing that exam. Rebisa moko in my language. We were writing moko, and guys, I tell you that I would go to school vomiting all the way to school, and then during the exam, I would have a plastic, and inside there are toilet papers. I couldn't swallow saliva, so I would always spit out inside that plastic. And now it's time, like, then I'll start feeling nauseous and I have to go out and vomit. And you can't just go out, remember. And I can't even say that, ma'am. I couldn't even say that because I couldn't speak. Whenever I utter a word, I just vomit. So I would just run to the toilet, because I remember that time the grade 12s were moved to the classes in front, grade 8 and 9 classes. So we moved, they were next to the toilet. So I would run to the toilet. I remember the teacher who was there the day that I started vomiting. It was Mem Seteche. So she used to teach us mathematics. She was the one who was invigilating us, and then she came with me to the bathroom. I vomited and vomited, and she said, like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just nervous." And she understood. I went back to sit down. Moments later, I went back to the bathroom. I went to vomit. Guys, it was not easy. And when I got back home, I would sleep the whole time. I did not study. I couldn't study for my exams, the mock, or for my final exams. I didn't study at all. There was no time to study. I was just being sick. I didn't even attend my matric dance. I couldn't go, and also for me, I had to lie to my friends that, guys, didn't say what was the problem, just said I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. And I remember after writing the final examination, my tummy was not showing at that time because I was just still a few months, or rather a few weeks. And then that year, 2007, we finished writing in October. And then November, the whole of November, we were at home from November and was done with school. So I then remember, like, I felt like, okay, fine, I have disappointed my parents, that I know. But again, I was upset with myself that how can I get pregnant this time? This is like the last year of me finishing school, and now I'm pregnant. How will I even pass? It was impossible to study. Each and every time I finish writing, I go straight home and I sleep. Not to say I sleep, but I had morning sickness like the whole day, the whole entire day, like for the first 4 months. I had my morning sickness the whole entire day. I couldn't study, I couldn't do anything. I would push myself to go in the morning to write. Anyway, moving forward, it's December time, the results come. I remember my dad went to buy, no, my sister, she went to buy the newspaper, and then she was there at the store. People knew by then that I was pregnant. Around my area, people knew that I was pregnant. My church, people knew, also at church, that I was pregnant. So now they are looking for my name on the newspaper. I tell you guys, I was sleeping. My sister went to buy, my little sister, she went to buy the newspaper. When she got to the store, because we were a few at my area who were doing my tricks, so they were all gathered at the store, searching for our names, And my sister came back screaming. I knew that I made it, I passed. And she came back screaming, and she told us that people were saying, I'm not there. Hey, where's your sister? I'm kuranteng here. Here she failed, and she saw me. I once I guys, I wanna, when they say that Modimo utla, God will shame your enemies. Like, okay, let me put it like, God, He will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. That time, I felt like He did that for me, right? When she came back, we were so excited. At least she passed. She passed her matric. I didn't pass that good because I was not studying. But one thing that I'm proud of myself for making it through matric, because it was not easy for me. It was not easy, and I know that my mom was praying for me to get the strength and to be able to pass and make it, and the whole family, in fact. And then the next thing comes, have to go to school or collect the statements. Yeah, I think we went to collect statements, and my time was showing, and we were like, oh, you're pregnant. We're like, yeah. People were shocked that I was pregnant. Some saw me, but they didn't want to say anything. Anyways, and then a year later, April, I gave birth to my beautiful baby girl. on the 9th of April, and my birthday is actually on the 16th of April. So after giving birth, it was me being a mother now. And like I didn't struggle getting into the mother the motherly mood, because one, I was not that person who goes out to clubs. As young as I was, believe it or not, I did not attend. At that time, we had like the bashing, you know, like the high schools, they would have the bash and whatnot. I didn't attend such things. I disciplined myself from an early age. I was not a groovist in any way. Hence, when I got pregnant, people were shocked because I used to stay at home. After school, I'll be home. I'll only go out on Sunday when I go to church. One thing about me, I loved my God at an early age, and even after being pregnant, excuse me, even during my pregnancy, I was still going to church. I did not give up on my God because I know that He will never give up on me. You get. So after the baby came, I still continued going to church. I was a mother. I was prepared to be a mother as soon as Barry, you are pregnant, you know. So I took that role like a champ. I was on board fully, and I raised my daughter with the help of my parents as well. And God also, yo, guys, I wonder if there's anything. Um, I rely so much on God. Like He will strengthen you. He will give you the power. He'll give you the courage that you never thought you had. Guys, I would take my daughter to a clinic. There will be old people there, and I'll be the youngest, and I didn't care. I was a mother to my child, and that's what matters to me. If she needed to go to a clinic, she was sick, I would go in the morning with her to a clinic. As young as I was 18 at the time. And my mom didn't go with me. She only went with me when we were going for the 3 days. After that, I was alone. You guys, I was alone. And my how do I say this? My thing after that, I was like, you know what? I just want to live to make my parents happy. I want to live to make this child that I brought on this earth be proud of having me as a mother, you know. So I did not give up on myself after having a child. My mom, she's one person who was born and cheering for me all the way. I remember I went to upgrade my subject, and I passed very well. I upgraded to, it was three. It was English, it was business, economics, and also economics, and I passed very well. I got C symbols on all three of them. I passed very well, and I was happy with my results now, you know. And when I was cleaning in the morning, this one time at home, this is now fast forward. My child, she's 5 years of age now, and I was let me see, I was 22. Was I 22? Yeah, I think I was 22. My mom was like, you have to go to school now. I'm like, yes. And she's like, what do you want to do? Because, you know, at that age, you can see that they don't have money to take me to school. I was applying all the government jobs. I tell you, SANDF, I tell you, SAB, I was applying, traffic call, I applied everywhere and I was not called. They never called me in any of those. So they were like, what do you want to be? You have to go to school now. I was like, yes. And then my mom came, she heard from church that there's a friend of hers who's doing nursing. And she came and asked me, do you want to become a nurse? I'm like, sure, I want to work for the government. I want to wear a uniform. So nursing, if that it is, I will go for nursing. We went together to Soshanguve, looked for a school, applied, did the interviews, did the assessment, and passed everything. My time to go to school. My child at that year, she was 6 when I started going to school. It was in 2014 when I started. Went to school, first year passed. I did 2 years, second year passed, and I'm now a nurse, you know. I struggled for a time getting a job, struggled for a very long time because I finished in 2016 and I stayed home 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I fell pregnant. I was 29 at the time. fell pregnant with my second child, and yeah, I didn't do anything that year. I didn't look for a job, and then I gave birth. Um, I fell pregnant in 2018, and then 2019 March I gave birth. Then after that, 2 months later, I was looking for a job. Came to Tembisa in the same field, so he found a job for me. I came the side, started working. Fast forward, 2019, 2021, 23, 2023. Now we're staying together in Midrand. I went home, took my children. So I stay with the both of them, my son and my daughter, as well as my partner. So now, when I talk about raising a teenager, guys, it is not easy. It is not easy raising a teenager, I tell you. I remember, like, we have our moments where we fight, not physically. I always reprimand her every now and then. So whenever she does her things that they don't go aligned with me as a parent, I don't agree with those things. That's when I will call my mother, I will call my sister. They will reprimand her for me, and I have a partner as well who helps me with her, because her father is not in her life. He decided to just step away, and it's fine with me. So anyway, so there was a time, we must go through their phones to know what they're about, because one thing about my daughter, she will tell me everything. I don't know. And she'll even ask herself, "Oh, Mama, why am I telling you all of those things?" I'm like, I don't know. But she tells me everything about her life. When she started dating this year, she got so excited about it, started telling me, and I would guide her and I would tell her what to do and what not to do, which is something that I never got from my mom, because she didn't know that I was dating. I was always muntung, so I somehow blinded her, but that's how I got pregnant. And with my daughter, I try by all means to talk to her, to guide her in things that I know that she's clueless about. And there was a time we went through her phone, my partner and I. We saw some things that we did not agree with, and I thought it was peer pressure from school. I would talk to him like, "What's going on? Why are you doing those things?" And she wouldn't say anything to us. She just. So I myself, I thought that, okay, this child, I told my mom, they reprimanded her. I told my sister, she also did the same, but she still doesn't listen. You know, she continues doing the same thing over and over again. And to a point where I thought maybe I, as a parent, I'm doing something wrong, you know. And I would pray to God that, God, if there's anything that is bothering my child, let her feel free to talk to me, or rather talk to my parents, or rather talk to my sister. Give her the courage and the strength to talk to someone. At least we can be able to help her. You know what I mean? And then she still didn't talk to anyone. I then decided to book her an appointment with a psychologist, and I did that. And we took her there. Then we told the psychologist the problems that she had, and then they called her and they spoke to her. And then after that, she didn't have anything to say bad about us as a parent, as her parents, or how we live. Because I thought that maybe we are not parenting her the way that she wants to be parented. Maybe we're doing something that she doesn't like. Because she has a stepdad. I mean, he's not her father, but I thought maybe he's treating her badly, and she's not saying. You understand how teenagers act. So after the psychologist, I realized that it is nothing concerning her family. It's only her, you know, trying new things at school, having friends who are doing things, and then she thinks it's cool at that time because she's young. And I realized that I am a very good parent to her, actually. I am the best thing that could have ever happened to my daughters. I love my girls so much. I try by all means to talk to her in everything. And after the appointment with the psychologist, the doctor said, no, you know what, there's no need for her to come back. Only if she wants to see me, take my numbers and she will talk to me. And she's fine after that. Like, she's so good. But raising a teenager is not nice, guys. There's a time where they become so lazy, they don't want to do anything, they don't want to work, like the house chores and everything. We fight mostly about that. She's so lazy. Her room will be a mess. One thing about teenagers' rooms, guys, they are a mess. I try to clean whenever I'm off, but like I had reached a point where I'm like, I can't. You are 15 years of age. I can't clean your room every time, you know. Try just to pack up. Even if you just want to sleep the whole day, at least wake up and clean your room. Make your bed and then get inside while, because it's tidy. So your room will be neat, but that is something that they don't understand yet. But that Kore, one thing about Mudimu is that he will never give up on you. And I pray so much for the guidance from above, because now I have a 4-year-old. The gap is just massive, but I pray that Mudim Amfebo Kalim to mother them both very well and according to their needs as well. Because I feel like my daughter, she needs time with me more than my son. As she grows up, I try so much to talk to her. I try so much to make time for her, but sometimes her and her phone, they just get in the way. But what we did here actually, we just started switching off the Wi-Fi, because she'll always be on her phone. There's a time where we just switch off the Wi-Fi. She knows it will be off. She must go and watch TV, not being in her room the whole day, and not interacting with the family, her brother, you know. So we tried that, and it has been working for us. Now we see her interacting with us. She'll joke around with my partner, you know. Back then she would be in her room and not talk to anyone, be on her phone and everything. But I'm glad that I'm learning as a parent. She's learning also as a teenager how things evolve in this world, you know. They evolve differently. Her age, my age, things are different. But we try by all means to mingle with each other. She was my child, I'm her mother. She has a brother, she has a father figure in her life also, this guy loves my child so much, and I'm proud of having him as a partner, because he's very supportive in everything that we do. He supports my daughter in and out. He loves her like his own, you know, and I'm proud of that, and I'm glad that he's in our lives, you know. So closing off, guys, I just want to say, Hore, having a teenager is not easy, especially the age that I am. People will think that she will take advantage of me because we you know, the age gap is not too much. But I try by all means to show her that I love her. There's a time where, like, I would pray for her and I would say to God that give her the wisdom to decide wrong from right. Us as a family, we are doing the best that we can. Like you, we are doing our best for her. As much as her father is not in her life, but I don't do anything to show her that there's something missing in her life. You know, I love her with all of me. I love her with everything that I have, you know. Oh, guys, I'm so happy that I'm where I am today in life, and things happen in life and we do things that they would sometimes destroy our lives, but I think letting something destroy your life, it's by choice, because I happened to be pregnant at a very young age and I manned up. Okay, I took it like a champ. I got up and dusted myself, and here I am today, raising my own children in my own house, you know, in my own house, staying with a partner, and they are in good health. I'm grateful to God for that, you know. I always, when I pray or when I talk to people, I would say that, you know, you are sitting, we are because The God that promised, He is faithful. Even if we are not faithful to Him at times, but He remains faithful. He took me from a place where I thought it was a thing. But I'm one person, I believe so much in moving forward. I believe so much in seeing the future, a brighter future that is. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for what God has blessed me with. I'm grateful for where I am today. And I don't take it for granted. Whenever we used to pray back then, and I see myself living my prayers, the prayers that I prayed for a long time ago, I'm living them now. I'm 33 years of age, right? I have a job, a very stable job, and I'm happy with my job. God has provided me with a house. It's an apartment, but I bought it. God has provided me with car. When I go to work, I drive. My kids are staying with me. You know what I mean? Like, some people will think, oh, it's a tiny car. Oh, her house is small. It is what God has blessed me with, and I'm grateful for that. I am super grateful for everything that I have in my life. And for that, I will forever appreciate God. Guys, if there's anything about me, I will never stop believing in God. My faith is in Christ, and I will not despair in it. God is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the center of everything that I do in my life. In everything, I always thank and pray to God. I always give thanks to Him before they even happen. Right now, I am dreaming for big things. I am praying that they manifest. The God who promised will make it happen for me. The God who took me from where I am and brought me here will definitely make it possible for me. Therefore, I'm grateful. I don't want to talk much. I just wanted this to take like 30 minutes. So I can see that as I've been talking for a very long time. And I also promised to talk to my daughter about it. And just to hear, Kim Papa, ask you to baby. Sorry, I'm coming. So I am greatly grateful for everything that's happening in my life. And I was saying that I just want to talk to my daughter and hear, because I actually wanted to do a sit down with her, but she's very shy, so we'll excuse her for that. But I just want to ask her only one question: how is it like having me as a mother, having a young mom, that is. Because she will always say, whenever she sees her friends' mothers, they are very old, the age of my mom. So I just want to ask her about that. Anyway, my loves, let us close this thing up. I love you guys so much, and I thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and liking it, mostly commenting. You guys, there's a person who's forever commenting. I see you. Lethabile, I don't remember Lethabile. I think it's over again, Lethabile. Yeah. Continue commenting, guy. I love you so much for your support, and I thank you so much for interacting with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah. Anyway, as I was saying, so I just want to ask a question that, like, how is it like being having a mother who's so young, and because I know she had told me a couple of times that whenever she would see her friends' mothers, they are the same age as her grandmother. So just want to know how it feels to have a young mother, and yeah, what is life like having me as a mother. Go ahead, Sissy.
Okay, so I enjoy like having a young mother because I feel like she relates more to like a lot of things, because like our age is not that, like, we don't have like a big age gap.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk to her about everything, and I feel like she has like plenty of time to like spend with her kids, because like she's young, she's not yet old. so we can make a lot of memories. You know, we go through our things together, and yeah. Yeah, what is it? Take a break.
Can I ask you another question? No. Okay, say goodbye to my channel.